this is Gail and I'm back. Today I want to talk, kind of like we're talking like girlfriends around the fire about, or around the beach about historical romance. And I ran across some really great ones I was hoping I could tell you about. The one I want to start with is the one that I'm on now. And you might have seen this yesterday, but this is so good. It's called Under the Same Sky by Genevieve Graham. And I finished this and I couldn't wait. I started over again, and by the time I got through with that one, this one came in the mail called Sound of the Heart. And it is so good. As you can see, I'm about halfway through and I can't wait to get started again. I'll probably do the same thing and when I finish it, reread it. But I was noticing when I was on Miss Graham's channel, or on Miss Graham's website, she had a list of books that she loved to read. And I love to go to the bookstore and at least pick one book of a new author. Now, it may not be new to anybody else, but it's new to me. So, she had a couple of books that I really wanted to try to get. Now, one I could only get in ebook form, and my son, the computer guru genius that he is going to try to edit in a picture of the cover, but it's really beautiful, and he'll probably do it right around here, so watch, okay? Hi. The book that was from Miss Graham's website that I could only get in ebook form was called Dare the Wild Wind by Kay Wilson Clam. And my son's going to try to put in a picture right about here. So look for it. It looks really good. I haven't been able to start it yet, but the cover picture is gorgeous. And Miss Clem, if you're out there watching, could you let me know if maybe the book can be bought in print? Because I would love to have a copy of the cover. It is gorgeous. Thanks. Okay, and I got a couple of ideas from her website of authors I hadn't tried, and this morning I got them in the mail. Now, in this series, Miss Graham talks about the Kewee Valley, and I thought it was so good because her writing to me is pure poetry, and I love to read it. Okay, and I went on her website and found a book called Kewee Valley by Catherine Scott Crawford. And I think she's a new author, but she sounds pretty good. She sounds really good, actually. Spring 1768. The southern frontier is treacherous wilderness inhabited by the powerful Cherokee people. In Charleston, South Carolina, 25-year-old Quincy McFadden receives news from beyond the grave. Her cousin, a man she believed long dead, is alive, held captive by the Shawnee Indians. Unmarried, bookish, and plagued by visions of the future, Quinn is a woman out of place, and this is the opportunity she's been longing for. Determined to save two lives, her cousins and her own, Quinn travels the rugged Cherokee path in South Carolina Blue Ridge. But in order to rescue her cousin, Quinn must trust an enigmatic half-Cherokee tracker whose loyalties may lie elsewhere. As translator to the British Army, Jack Wolfe walks a perilous line between a king he hates and a homeland he loves. When Jack is ordered to negotiate for Indian loyalty in the revolution to come, the pair must decide, obey the crown or commit treason. This sounds really, really good, and I cannot wait to get started. Now, another author that I found on Miss Graham's website was a lady named Kaki, and please forgive me, I'm bad with names, Kaki Warner. And this is first in a series of books called Pieces of the Sky. Now, I haven't started this yet, but I'll read the back for you. On a stagecoach traveling through New Mexico territory, Jessica Thornton is a long away from the cool mist and lush gardens of her native England, and authorities and Thoris and Milner that carries the weight of a scandalous secret, a horrible shame that she has brought to the West on a desperate search for the only family she can trust, her brother. No one prepared Jessica for the heat and hardship or for a man like Brady Wilkins. Despite the rancher's rough-hewn appearance and her own misgivings, Jessica puts her life in his hands after the stagecoach crashes and begins to see the man behind the calloused hands and the caustic wit. A man strong enough to carve out a home in the wilderness and passionate enough to restore the faith in herself and her heart. I love Western romance, and I think this is going to be great, and I'll let you know. We'll probably do a review of all of these books. So, now, we did the series. Is another series that I want to tell you about, and it's about an author that some of you may know. Her name is Karen Hawkins, and I think there are 3 books in this series, and the first one is called The Duchess Diary. The first one is How to Capture a Countess, and I love this book. I read it in a couple of days, and I fell in love with it, and she put the next one out, and I just had to get it. Where we were when I bought most of this stuff was in my hometown, and it took me 2 Walmarts and a couple of Barnes and Nobles before I found it. But I found it, and this is the second one, called How to Pursue a Princess. So this is the latest one that's out, and I'm really enjoying it. I'm not very far into it, but I really like the series. And Miss Hawkins, she never fails to disappoint me. She's one of my favorites, along with all the authors on this video. Well, that's it for today. I'll let you know how it's going. Thanks. Have a good day. Bye.